Good evening, and welcome to ROCK FOR ROE, our virtual concert and text-a-thon for Planned Parenthood, coming to you live from the fabled Blue Room at Third Man Records in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Hold for applause. You can't hear it, but I can. We're so happy to have you here. Tonight's show is going to be amazing. I am your hostess with the mostess, BB McQueen, and we are so happy to have all of you ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary here with us tonight. I just want to give you a quick rundown of what you have in store tonight. Our big headliner is Lee Tasjan. He's coming to you at the end of the night. Gonna be fabulous. Becca Mancari is gonna knock your socks off. Josh Black is gonna make you pee your pants with laughter, and I'm not going to apologize for it. So just get your puppy pads ready. Lilly Hiatt is gonna blow your mind. I'm honestly embarrassed to be in the same room with Lilly Hiatt. And Ziona Riley. It's so good to say. It's got a good mouthfeel. Ziona Riley. We want to say a real quick thank you to Tristen and Nicole Atkins, who were on our bill tonight but cannot be here because we may have a suspicion that Omicron got them. I'm sorry, Omicron. Omicron, I didn't mean that. We're so happy to be here at Third Man. What is TAPP? What is it? It is the advocacy and political arm to protect Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi. Why do they need protecting? I think you all know the answer to that question. But they fight so that Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi can focus on health care instead of doing the fight. Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi are providing health care and sex education that is needed in our communities. They don't have time to do this. So that is what TAPP is for. Those are the basics. You're going to learn more about TAPP later tonight. I am so excited to be here. I want you to know that this is a text-a-thon. I wanted it to be a telethon because, honestly, I'm very Tammy Faye Baker at heart, but it's a text-a-thon. So tonight, to donate, we want you to text the number 41444. Let's get musical about it. 41444. You're going to text ROCKTN, ROCKTN, to 41444 at any time tonight or in the future to donate to Planned Parenthood. You can become a monthly donor, a recurring donor that helps out through the year, or you can give a one-time donation. We'll honestly take either. You can do both even, and you can do both 3 times. We're ready for that. For $10 a month donation tonight, you can receive the fabulous poster and t-shirt that we have created for this ROCK FOR ROE event. It is a limited edition. You can't get them anywhere else, except for maybe on eBay for a staunch markup later after tonight. Also, a one-time $100 donation will get you the t-shirt and poster. We're asking you tonight to become an advocate. You do that with your dollars. We're not asking you to stand in the street. We'll join us if you wish. But tonight you can be an advocate with your dollars by texting ROCKTN to 41444. And now please, I will shut up so that you can see the good stuff. Welcome to our stage tonight, the fantastic and lovely and kind and beautiful Ziona Riley.
Texas creature small. They're seasick, here to face the music. Time to lead the kid, he's naked in a golf cart. Ship jumper, the Navy's such a bummer. Doggy paddle home, he didn't need the honor. So dog-eared, how old are you in God years? Can I get a ride? Oh, oh, Texas Bodhisattva, medicinally binging on poems you don't belong to. Well, if it isn't God, well, if it isn't you, take a small vacation, poetry adjacent. Maybe you'll fix the sidecar. Your shaman and you, and room for your guru. Doggone it, the college alcoholics, diurnal owls, all with their problems to relate to. Whoa, mama, it's bros before Nirvana. When did you decide that Texas didn't need you? Ship jumper, tethered to my bumper. Can I get a ride? All creatures great, come as you are. All creatures small, get in the car. Oh, that was called Texas Bodhisattva. Thank you. Just try to adjust a second. This one is called Sunday School. It's a brand new song. It's the first time it's getting played out. 2, 3, 4. Steeple, people, church and made of my 2 hands. Don't say much and speak in tongues that only God will understand. Where you know to wait your turn and trust in His holy plan. Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe in yourself. of Eden. Look at how they cover up. Women cursed and childbirth didn't know it might have been. God made man to follow him, but woman was the fall of man. Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe in yourself. Steeple, people, church are made of my two hands. And speak in tongues only God will understand. Where you learn to wait your turn and trust in His holy plan. Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe in yourself. Thank you so much. The organizers of the event put it into our ear to play a cover from 1973, and I racked my brain, and I was like, should I cover Bowie? Is that me? And it wasn't, and because I don't deign to cover Bowie, not me, but I do cover Barbara Dane, who is a folk singer who put out an album in 1973 called "I Hate the Capitalist System." This is an original booklet. And a friend of mine, I was racking my brain, and luckily my good friend Lou Turner sent me this song. So I wanted to thank her for lending me the record that this booklet came in. And the song that I'm going to cover is called also "I Hate the Capitalist System." And it's, I thought it was really intriguing because this song was written, actually, it was put out in 1973 by Barbara Dane, but it was written by a woman named Sarah Ogan Gunning in Kentucky in the 1930s. So I'm going to read just a little paragraph in the booklet about the song. When Sarah Ogan wrote this song, she had just experienced the loss of her mother and her baby, and her husband was dying of tuberculosis. It was in the 1930s in the part of Kentucky where the historic battles to organize the mine workers was raging. In the depths of the nation's worst depression, that's when it was raging. Her half-sister, Aunt Molly Jackson, her brother Jim Garland, and Sarah herself wrote the strongest and clearest and most angry songs to come out of these times. And here is the song. capitalist system, and I'll tell you the reason why it has caused me so much suffering and my dearest friends to die. I know you all are wondering what it has done to me. Well, I am going to tell you that my husband has TB, brought on by hard work and low wages, and never enough to eat. From going cold and hungry with no shoes upon his feet. My husband, he was a coal miner. He worked hard and risked his life, just trying to support 3 children, himself, his mother, and his wife. Well, I had a blue-eyed baby, was the darling of my heart. But from my little darling, her mother had to part. Well, the rich and mighty capitalist goes to rest in jewels and silk. But my darling blue-eyed baby has died for the want of milk. Well, they say it's the land of plenty, and I guess for them that's true. For the rich and mighty capitalist, but not for workers like me and you. Well, what can we do about it to these men of power and might? Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Capitalist, we will fight, we will fight, we will fight. Thank you so much. Thank you to Jim and Austin Hoke, the Hebrew Hillbillies, our backing band. I'm going to play one more song for y'all, and I believe Becca Mancari is playing next, so stick around. And this last one is called Lydia. Here we go. Let me just move my chair real quick. All right, we're ready. An indigo blue bunting bird just cracked his skull on our frozen in its pained eyes through stained glass windows is Lydia with a jack in the pulpit. He had his eye on you, he was watching you sin. And Lydia, in the middle of all these holy men, the adrenaline. And Lydia, it's a pity you never make it back there to visit them. Holy men write holy book reports in your living room, painted indigo blue. Yardstick men touching Barbie and Ken on a roadkill rug of moleskin. And Lydia held in prisms of holy light because of his wondrous love. And Lydia, the crystalline holy adrenaline freezing the nerves in your skin. And Lydia, it's a pity you never make it back there to visit them. The endocrine tattoo of sin, stained glass on your thigh, the prismless light, mixing up fate with your palette knife hate, making painterly marks on your skin in the dark. And Lydia, the jack in the pulpit, he had his eye on you, you were making him sin. And Lydia, in Sin City, but up at the pulpit, the culprit still boils your blood. And Lydia, you're so pretty, it's just such a shame you don't come back to visit us. A visitor, a bunting bird, and Lydia says it's hideous in its loveliness. I've got tools and jewels to embellish it. First I'll paint all the panes of my sliding glass door and preserve the remains of that indigo bird. Thank you so much. And thank you, TN Advocates for Planned Parenthood, for having me. And yes, thank you to the Blue Room. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for watching and donating. Donate more.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Rock for ROE. I'm honored to speak to you tonight because Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood, or TAPP, is absolutely vital for our future as a Planned Parenthood affiliate.
I was just pretending.
TAPP protects our ability to provide high-quality, non-judgmental sexual and reproductive health care, including access to safe and legal abortion, by educating, recruiting, and mobilizing voices in defense of Planned Parenthood in communities across Tennessee. The political and electoral work that TAPP does is something we at Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi literally cannot do. As a C4 nonprofit organization, TAPP can identify, fortify, and endorse new generations of leadership in Tennessee, progressive city council members, mayors, legislators, and yes, even progressive governors. With the threat of Roe v. Wade being overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court this summer, abortion access could be decimated in Tennessee within a matter of months. We need TAPP and you more than ever to protect the rights of all Tennesseans. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for supporting Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood. And a huge thank you to the amazing performers who are rocking for Roe and standing with Planned Parenthood loudly and proudly tonight. Because of all of you, PPTNM will be here for everyone in Tennessee, no matter what.
Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood is the advocacy and political arm to protect Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi and make sure that PPTNM can provide the needed health care and sex education in the community that's needed. We can do unlimited lobbying, so we can be at the state capitol and at the legislature advocating for the needs for reproductive rights and justice. And we can take on some electoral work, which our 501c3 Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi can't. When I first came, we did not have a Republican supermajority. We had a Democratic governor, and both houses were Democrats. So the shift to a red state really has been somewhat recent. And right now, we're on the defensive.
That's great.
Defending our rights. Thank you so
much. Ooh, and we're back. Oh my God. That was the softest and prettiest punk rock I have ever heard. Please give it up for Ziona Riley. You can't hear us applauding, but we're applauding heavily. I kind of want to like quit my life and follow her throughout the country. Speaking of people that we could follow throughout the country, I want to holler at our sponsors. Big shout out to Third Man Records and their crew tonight. It's really delightful to be around people that are like polite, which is wild in this world. And Third Man is, it's like a back rub of a place to be in. It's amazing. I also want to shout out Anonymous, which sounds really good to say, one of our sponsors. Also, Katrina Green, couldn't do it without you. Julianne and Earl Fitz, and also latecomers Doug and Susan Brown. We couldn't do it without you. We're so happy you're here at Third Man with us, everyone. I'd like to show you my good friend, Francie.
Hello.
Hi, Francie.
Hi, everybody.
How are we doing tonight?
Great.
God, I'm just so glad to be here. I feel so proud. Why are we rocking for Roe tonight?
Well, there's a lot at stake tonight, which is why we wanted to host a fundraiser, because 2022 is going to be a pretty wild ride. This year is midterm elections, and so we do encourage folks to text to 4144 to ROCK TN and help support the work this year, because we have a lot to do. I'm really excited that we've been able to raise a lot of money so far. But we've got a ways to go. But to your question, I am the executive director for Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood, and our ability to have our own bodily sovereignty is really on the line this year. Roe v. Wade was the landmark court decision in 1973 that passed, and it gave us the right to privacy. And because of that, we also have the right to abortion. And there are all kinds of feelings around abortion, and we understand that. It is our deep conviction that any decision around a person's pregnancy, whether it's giving up for adoption, carrying to term and becoming a parent, or terminating that pregnancy with an abortion, those are very intimate decisions that should only be made by that pregnant person, their family, faith, and doctor, without any political interference whatsoever. It's not a politician's role. And Roe, was a case that kind of that helped articulate the fact that this notion of like, what is bodily sovereignty? You know, if when you're pregnant, before you're pregnant, your body is yours. And then after you give birth, your body is yours. But during that period of when you're pregnant, you know, if you do not have your own bodily sovereignty to make your own decisions, then your body is actually owned by the government, and that's not right.
Yeah. It's also not even about your own sovereignty. It's about what you can afford.
Yeah.
Right? Because the laws can be one way, but then rich people can still do what they need to do.
Right.
And that's important to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. So those decisions are really important. And, you know, as you mentioned earlier, Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood, we're here to protect those values for bodily sovereignty and our own autonomy. We want to make sure that Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi is able to provide the health services that everyone needs, whether it's, life-saving cancer screenings or gender-affirming care, a number of things. So that's why we're here, is to make sure that those services are protected. And Roe's under attack. Like right now, there is a case that the Supreme Court of the United States is going to be taking up. It's the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health.
Out of Mississippi, right?
Exactly. So any time now, probably sometime before the summer, we're going to get a ruling. And if the Texas case, where right now it is nearly impossible to get an abortion, if the Supreme Court's recent decision as it relates to Texas is any indicator of what's in store, it's going to be very bleak for us. We predict a few things will happen. Either Roe will be completely gutted and undermined, or we'll see that or similarly, those decisions will be left up to the states. And as we see right now, about half of the United States, about 26 states, are poised, like Tennessee, to completely ban abortion. Remember, in Tennessee, we have 2 bans already on the books. One is what's called a trigger ban. So once Roe is undermined in any way, it will automatically trigger a ban here that would go into effect 30 days later. And then we also have last summer, our Governor Lee, actually in the dead of night, the state legislature here in Tennessee passed a ban on abortion as well. So Tennessee is one of those places where that will happen if Roe is diminished. So we really appreciate and need the support so that we can keep up the fight.
And that is why Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood really exists, honestly. It is so that Planned Parenthood can do the health care, and we can do the outreach. We can do the advocacy, really fighting that political fight and supporting the right people and the right time to continue this level of autonomy that we have managed to get, not even through the right for abortion, but through privacy. Right? So it's like a slippery slope to begin with, which is why the fight is so important. Francie?
Yeah.
When folks text to donate tonight, what does that money go to?
So it will help pay for our efforts to be present at the Capitol and at the state legislature to fight back these bad bills. Right now, there is a robust forced birth agenda happening here in Tennessee, and by forced birth, I mean just that. Legislation that will literally force you to give birth if no matter how you feel about it. And so we'll work on that. This is a midterm election year, so we'll take on some electoral work at the end of the year. And we'll do a lot of education around advocacy. And I'm excited because already we have $15,000 in the door.
15 on the board already, just even now.
And we have a goal.
We have a goal. We want to reach 20,000 by 9 p.m. And if we reach 20,000 by 9 p.m., I will put on something slutty. I'm just saying. I will put on something slutty. And I know that maybe you don't care, but I do. Hey! So tonight, please text ROCKTN to 4144. And for that, tonight, if you pledge $10 per month or $100, as a one-time pledge, you will receive the fabulous limited edition Rock for Roe poster and t-shirt that is so fantastic. I tried on a few of the t-shirts earlier, so when you get yours in the mail, if it smells a little bit like lavender, it's the one that I tried on. I want to take a second to give some props to Tristen and Nicole Atkins. They couldn't be here tonight. They were sick. We're heartbroken that they couldn't be here. But let's go ahead to our next artist. Our next artist grew up gay in a fundamental Christian home. And I should have laughed on the fundamental Christian home as opposed to the word gay. I should have caught that, but God, what a row to hoe, you know what I'm saying? Her critically acclaimed album, The Greatest Part, was described as Stereolab gone Nashville, which is honestly my aesthetic. So it's only natural that she's here tonight to rock for Roe. Please give it up for Becca Mancari. Yay!
Thank you. Are we over to me? We're live. Okay. Love that intro. Very much fundamentalist growing up. For all you that are watching that are kind of figuring out what you believe, you know, I grew up so religious. I remember going to anti-abortion rallies, like as a kid. Like I'd have to go with my family. And I didn't know, all I ever heard about Planned Parenthood was that was the enemy. It was, you know, against children or women, and it's like such an opposite truth. And as I've grown as a person, to be here on the stage supporting Planned Parenthood is like, it just doesn't happen in my world. So if you're out there trying to figure your way out, this next song is all about that. For me, being a queer woman, non-binary person, Planned Parenthood is a place that I've gone to and has helped me. So this song is about finding your way out. I remember the first time my dad didn't hug me back. Under porch lights with my sister's old cigarettes. Would the God you love take that love so easily back? They say the heart grows stronger, but man, it's hard to get back on track. I remember the first time I tried to tell you the truth. On a Sunday drive with my heart stuck in my chest. Would the God you love take that love so easily back? They say the heart grows stronger, but man, it's hard to get back on track. They say the heart grows stronger, but man, it's hard to get back on track. Hey, did you find your way out? 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 I remember the first time my dad didn't hug me back. Thank you. Whoa, we have come a long way. It's just it's scary to me how far as far as we come, like, I feel like the opposition always wants to come after us. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I mean, it was in 2015 that queer people could get married. Like, can you like wrap your mind around that? Like, I used to think with my current partner, oh, this is like, we'll never be able to get married in Tennessee. And that is just, I know, something that we can't take for granted. So as you're watching this, like, be aware of how important this is. Like, this is something that we have to fight for, or during the dead of the night, it will be taken away from us. And so as somebody that has fought for my right to love who I love, also the right to have my body be my choice is imperative. So I know we're making a lot of jokes tonight and having a good time, but please donate. Please know that your money is going to help so many people, and it is really important. So this next song I wrote during the 2016 incident that we all remember, and I remember looking around at all the people who were screaming at each other, right? Like, everyone around me, even like my friends, the people that I loved, like, nobody was speaking to each other. And if we lose the ability to speak to each other, to connect to each other, to listen to each other, we will never find a place of love. And so, yeah, I would just encourage you. This next song is called Tear Us Apart, and it's all about trying to come back together.
They're trying to tear us apart. They're trying to tear us apart. They're trying to tear us apart. You remember that first time I held your hand in mine? You remember that first time? They're trying to tear us apart. They're trying to tear us apart. They're trying to tear us apart. You remember when we met, you were a little bit quiet. I remember staring at your face. I didn't know you'd be so good. They're trying to tear us apart. They're trying to tear us apart. They're trying to tear us apart. Thank you so much. Please give.
Hey everybody, State Representative Gloria Johnson here, wanting to tell you that I stand with Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood. I always have, and I always will. There's no question that I believe that women and men are equal. And if you believe in that equality, then women should have agency over their own bodies. And unfortunately, I work with a supermajority who believes that women can't make those kinds of decisions for themselves. They don't believe that men and women are equal, but they do believe that you can force a 13-year-old to have her grandfather's baby. They also give more rights to a violent rapist by allowing them to choose the mother of their child, and not give rights to a woman to not have that violent rapist baby. We've got a serious problem in the Tennessee legislature. Tennessee advocates for Planned Parenthood fight for women every day, and I am in that fight with them. I appreciate that fight. I want you to join us in this fight because I believe that we will win.
I'm State Representative London Lamar, representing District 91 out of Memphis, Tennessee. I am supporting Rock for Roe because the historic Roe v. Wade decision is in danger like we've never seen before. State legislatures are introducing and passing bills that limit and strip women's right to control their own bodies and make decisions about their reproductive health. The Tennessee General Assembly passed an abortion ban after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Fortunately, the law was blocked by the Sixth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals in September of 2021. Mississippi banned abortion after just 15 weeks of pregnancy, a blatant unconstitutional attack on Jackson's women's health organization, the last abortion clinic in the Mississippi area. Organizations in Mississippi chose to sue the state in response to unconstitutional bans, and the case is now before the U.S. Supreme Court. We expect a decision between April and June of 2022. Now, the movement to reverse the landmark Roe v. Wade decision is not coming to us in the future. It is here right now. If the Mississippi challenge is successful, half of the states in the U.S. are poised to ban abortion entirely. As the youngest woman in the Tennessee General Assembly and the only woman of childbearing ages, I stand with the Tennessee advocates of Planned Parenthood because they are doing necessary work to educate and raise complete awareness around abortion rights and reproductive health. On the 49th anniversary of the landmark case of Roe v. Wade decision, we must do whatever it takes to protect women's right to choice and to choose what they want to do with their bodies. Let's support Roe v. Wade, you all. Thank you.
Right now in the legislature, our biggest fight is the forced birth agenda. And the forced birth agenda is made up of several bills that do exactly that. It is taking away a person's right to obtain an abortion, which essentially is forcing birth. It is taking someone's personal power and decision-making ability over their own lives and handing it over to the state. The lessons from Georgia are simply investing early, not just during an election cycle. We need that money like in times like now, during the year of the relationship, so we can start planting the seeds. The long road is really about gardening, enabling more of those connections to happen in communities so that we have a stronger, more powerful voice for reproductive freedom in Tennessee.
And we're back. Thank you so much for that angelic set from Becca Mancari. And thank you for those lovely videos from Representative Gloria Johnson and London Lamar. We really appreciate your support. Francie, you talked earlier about the forced birth agenda. What bills are up in the legislature this year? Do we even know? And how can we fight them when they show up?
Yeah, we actually, the forced birth agenda, I mean, there's a series of bills actually. Some are not off of the agenda yet. We're in a 2-year cycle. So one's the impregnator bill that would give the partner the opportunity to veto whether or not a person can make a decision about their abortion in that situation. There's also HB 1539. Now, somebody told us that was going to be deferred, but you never know until that actually happens. So HB 1539 is one of the bills on the forced birth agenda, which is the impregnator bill. And so we would encourage people to call Representative Ramsey, 615-741-3560. 3560, and let him know that you would oppose HB 1539. It's going to be up at the House Health Subcommittee on Tuesday. And so if I think media's called it the Father's Bill. So.
And if you're not good at making phone calls, you can just text ROCKTN to 41444. It's probably on your screen through some sort of fabulous technology right now. So just remember, for $10 a month or for $100 at one time, you can get a t-shirt and a poster. It's going to be a collector's item, I swear to God. It's going to go on eBay and it's going to be worth so much money. Folks, I got to tell you, I'm very excited to introduce our next performer. He was born and raised in North Nashville and was kicked out of several schools for what racists might call disruptive behavior. No. That's not a thing. But tonight, his appearance at Rock for Roe is the kind of disruptive behavior that we might call good trouble. I mean, we're just blocks from John Lewis Road or whatever they call it, Avenue. Wait, is it a boulevard? We've got a road named for the man, so let's do him a solid by welcoming to the stage a man very much entrenched in the good shit. Give it up for Josh Black.
Hello. All right, this is good. I'm glad we're here. This is kicking my ass at the moment, but I have done this before. I got kicked out of schools, man. A lot of schools here in Nashville. A lot of those people were racist, and some of them were just nice people. I was just bullshitting, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I remember I put tags in my teacher's desk, you know what I mean? And she wasn't racist, man. She was just, she was just boring. I was just like, what if she just sat down and got, just bled? I was respectfully. So yeah, she RIP. I think she may be dead now. She was old then. So, okay. I like to start this off with, I want you to feel as awkward as possible. That's my, that's why they pay me the big bucks, man. This is good. I see y'all there looking at me, but I can't. I haven't done this kind of comedy in a while. I do comedy in the South a lot, and red states don't really care about COVID, so they've been full. You know what I mean? They've been a full house. So now I'm, looking at a few technicians, a few lights, and it's just strange. So if you like it, just press 1 or some shit. Is there a chat or some shit? Can I email me if you think this shit is funny? If you think I'm bombing, please keep that to yourself. I don't need any of that. I'm drinking vodka tonic right now. That's women are clapping, but that's a woman's drink. So and I'm not gay, so this is not he was like, well, you want something with vodka in it? I was like, yeah, fuck it. Just give me vodka tonic, watch the calories, to be sexy. All right. This is insane. went to a tailgate. I got caught up in the Titan shit today. I don't even care, man, about football like that. Like, I cared for a while, and they did the Kaepernick shit, and I was like, oh, fuck it. But then today they caught me slipping. And there was just a lot of noise, and I live in Midtown, and they sucked me in, and I went down there, and I started drinking at fucking, 2. So now I'm a blur at this moment. I'm not going to remember this show, so if I do good, email me, let me know how I went. It was a lot of Titans fans down there. It was cool because we were all cheering, but I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I remember like half of y'all were boycotting Kaepernick. So I was like, oh, bitch, I don't fuck with you. I remember what the fuck you said. Especially the old white dudes and shit. They was boycotting Nike. Remember they was like, we don't wear Nikes. I'm like, hold on. Old white dudes don't even wear Nikes. It would impress me if you were boycotting like the color beige, you know what I mean? Or just... You know what I mean? Or red hats or something. That's like black people boycotting skydiving. Like, we don't do that. That don't count. You know what I mean? We can't. Black people can't boycott. We can't put a dent in the skydiving industry. All right. A lot of y'all didn't notice, but the Virgin Mary had Jesus at 13. Yeah. Which means God impregnated a teenager. So there's still a chance R. Kelly can get into heaven. But I'm not, whoa, sorry. Sorry, okay. Well, that's probably too dark. Told you I've been drinking a while. I'm not saying he will make it to heaven. I'm just saying there's a chance. Hell, I mean, apparently pedophilia ain't that big of a deal up there. You know how pissed you'd be if you got to heaven and see R. Kelly. I'd be like, what the fuck is he doing here? I'm stressed out about getting to heaven and he's here. No, man, R. Kelly doesn't belong in heaven. And white babies don't belong in a brewery, but they're always there. Why is a white baby always at a brewery? Okay, good questions. Shout out to Planned Parenthood. Hit one if you fuck with Planned Parenthood. I assume you do. You're watching this shit. Shout out to them, man. My first Planned Parenthood thing, first my brother, I had like a half brother that I found out when I was like 16. And I was just like, hey, let's hang out. You know what I mean? Because our dad likes to fuck raw. You know what I mean? It's the only thing we had in common. I was like, let's hang out, bro. And he hung out and he was having sex with a chick he thought had HIV, you know. And, you know, I know it's pretty dark, but he thought she did. And I let him use my clippers the day before. And I'm like, oh, shit. I don't know how HIV and shit works, but I'm scared. I'm 15. You know, I'm thinking, damn, what if I have it? So I go down there to the I go to the Planned Parenthood to see if I got it. And, you know, they make you wait like 4 days for that. I'm like, what the fuck? 4 days? And I didn't have it. He's dead now, but I did not bullshitting. He's good. He's good. Haven't seen him since, though. And then my second time with Planned Parenthood was recently. I do comedy here in Nashville a lot, and we don't have comedy's kind of segregated. It's not really racist. It's just, I don't know. It's just white rooms. There are white rooms and there are black rooms. I can't explain it. So, and we have a lot of white rooms because this is Nashville, you know. And I'd be killing in the white rooms, but we don't ever have any black rooms. So I started to feel like, what if I wasn't funny around black folks? Like, none of this shit counts. You know what I mean? Like, what if I'm a sellout and I don't know it? You know what I mean? So we finally had a black comic room, and I'm like, I was so fucking nervous, dude. I'm like, damn, I hope I kill. Because if I bomb here, that means I'm not real. Like, if they don't laugh, then what have I been doing this for? Like, you know, so I go there, and I'm just so nervous, and I'm just drinking, I'm turning up, and I killed. And I'm like, yeah, I'm black. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really like, the people love me. The streets love me. And then a girl called me and said, meet me at Centennial Park. And I'm like, all right, cool. But it was like fucking 11 o'clock. I'm like, why do we meet there? She's like, just meet me there. And then she was like, I met her there, and it's just weird on the Parthenon, just me and her. And then she was like, I am pregnant. I was like, damn. And I'm like, plastered. Yeah, that's no one's ever told me that before. Now she's like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. She's pregnant, you know. And I'm like blackout because I was like on a high. I just killed at the black show. I'm super black. I'm on this super black high. And then she's like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, damn, you know. And she was like, don't worry, you know. I'm not keeping it. And I'm like, damn. I was really happy about that because that was my side chick. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, that's... Sorry. I said Planned Parenthood. I'm like, this is my story, so you can judge your mom. And I'm like, well, good, because now no one will know. Well, you know now, but you wouldn't have if I wouldn't have just said this. So we go to the... You wouldn't have known, you know. This is... Now you fucking know, so... You know, and I'm like, damn. So she was like, we're not having, like, damn. And I'm like, cool, you know, your body. And then we went to the Planned Parenthood on Charlotte. We went in there, man, we were kicking it, and then they said, nah, we don't do it today. I was like, fuck, man. Then we went the next day, they're like, I don't know what happened. And she went by herself. I was at work. And she was like, well, they said they don't do it on Thursday. And then she said they don't do it on Friday. I thought she was trying to play me. I thought she was like trying to say they don't do it and then just have the baby, and then here I am with a side baby, you know? I would have took care of it, ma'am, but wouldn't have been happy about it. I would not have been happy about it. I would have been happy, I guess. I mean, it depends on what he looked like. If it was been handsome, I'd be like, yeah, that's my boy, you know, but she was pretty, but you never know. I was drunk when oh God, this is taking a left turn. But anyway, yeah, we didn't get, we had to go to Memphis. Because it was taking too long, I got nervous. I'm like, look, damn it, if we don't do it this week, I just, you know, with that baby, you know, I don't know how it works, but we got to get this thing done just so it's out of my mind. I got a wife and kid at home. I can't be dealing with this bullshit. Okay. I don't have a wife and kid, but I'm just saying, I got it. That's a lot of shit. You know what I mean? You don't want that on the back of your mind. How am I do comedy and I've been thinking about that the whole damn time? What are we doing here? I barely know you. we went to Memphis, and we got it done, and shout out to, I mean, that's just my story. There's no punchline, that's just, I got it done, get her done. That was beautiful. And both locations, there were the conservative Christians outside with the signs. I'm like, it is freezing out here, bitch, what are you doing? And they're just like, we don't want you to kill. We don't like murder. I'm like, yeah, you don't like murder, but they're Republicans, though. So it always, it's like, hold on, you don't like murder, but you like hunting and the death penalty and police brutality. It's like, we don't want to murder kids. We want to murder when they're 17 and they're black. That's when we like to. I was like, oh, fuck you, lady. Get out of here. She was like, trying to hold me. She's like, give me a pamphlet. Like, why would I read a pamphlet? I don't give a fuck if it was like, you read this pamphlet, you get it. I'm not going to read a pamphlet, bitch. It's 2022. I'm not going to read a pamphlet. You can text me a link or something, but I'm not going to read a pamphlet. What the fuck? You might as well give me a tablet. You know what I mean? Not like a tablet. I mean like a tablet that like Moses and them had. You know, like where the 10 Commandments were on. Amen. Okay. All right, we've discussed the abortion. Okay. We've discussed the Virgin Mary. That's good. Old white women, yeah, I mean, old white men telling them what to do, that sucks. A lot of people a lot of my friends are going polyamorous. This is new, you know. Y'all are liberal, some of y'all probably into this shit. It's just free, you know, just free, you know what I mean? We going down a slippery slope with this polyamory shit, man. It's when you have one relationship with multiple people. You know, back in my day, we called that trifling. You know what I mean? That's what that's just my day, you know what I mean? We call that motherfucker scared of commitment. That's what we used to call them. But, you know, you motherfuckers now I'm poly. All right, do you, fam. My boy's like, I'm going poly. I want 3 wives. I'm like, wow, 3 wives. Living in your home. He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, it takes me and my girl 45 minutes to decide to pick a restaurant. That's one woman. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine if you had 4 women at home, how long it's going to take you to get to a fucking restaurant, bro? I was thinking tacos. I was thinking wings. I was thinking burgers. I was thinking about killing my damn self, honestly. So, this is beautiful. I hope there are a lot of ones in the chat. You know, in this room, it's you know, a lot of, you know, smiles. You know, it feels good in my soul, but I don't know what the fuck y'all doing at home. Hopefully, is anybody high, you think, sir? You think somebody's high watching this? Good. You think they're on weed? What we got? Coke? We got a few, at least some. Oh, a little weed. Okay. He's like, mostly weed, please. Let's. Somebody's on coke. Well, you know, it's your choice. Your body, your choice. This is Planned Parenthood. You know what I mean? If you wanna get off the cocaine, I don't know. Where's my time? Do I have more time? What are we doing here? Am I good? I'm good. Okay, they're saying more coke jokes. Well, okay, ma'am, that's all I got for the coke jokes. But we're in here. I'm glad y'all are watching. And I guess if I could leave you with anything, it is have sex. Sure, sex is great. Safe sex is better. You know, get your girl or whatever you do, whatever you get, you know, get it. And y'all just, you know, I can only do safe. I mean, safe, like I trust my girl is what I'm getting at. I don't want to get too reckless, but, you know, me and my girl been together for a while, so after a while that condom had to go, fam. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. My condom had to go, and I don't pull out either. So a lot of people want to, what are you gonna do if you had, you know, I just don't pull out. I mean, there's Planned Parenthood out here at the end of the day, so. I'm 32. So I don't even know how long the seeds last in a man, in his balls. But I got a little time. Like, I'll have a baby, I don't know, man. 36, I don't know. Our generation's different. You know, back in our grandmama's age, they got pregnant at like 15 and shit, got married at 17. Then our mom and them, they got married at 20. And then got divorced when we got out of high school. Like that was gonna be better. Why did y'all think that? Our parents' generation was like, we're gonna wait till the kids leave to get divorced. We know, now we're just looking at a bad relationship our whole fucking life. All right, it's getting too personal. Okay, it's like, I'm just gonna be crying for the rest of the show. Why, Mom, why? All right. But the point of this is to say, don't pull out, man. Don't do that, bro. I mean, live life, man. We out here, you got one life to live, fam. I'm 32. I'm probably not going to be pulling out ever again. That's for your 20s. If you're 20, bro, get out of there, bro. You broke. You don't have no prospects for a job. You can't pass no drug test. Get out of there. You can't take care of no kid. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm 32, bro. I'm out here doing comedy, you know. I can find, you know, I can do something to take care of a child, you know, but, so I'm not getting out no more. And I got one girl, I'm not, you know, I'm not slipping and sliding. Not slipping and sliding. We can do a threesome perhaps if you're clean. You know, if you can pass a COVID test, we'll get you in there, but. Is that my, oh, okay. It's like threesomes, get him the fuck out of here. We're not doing that tonight. We can talk about the coke, but the threesomes, please. You can slander Jesus, but not, we're not talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I know, you know, threesomes is good. First time I had a threesome, I couldn't get my penis erect, you know, but it's too much pressure, I think. And I not to get too personal, but hell, it's 9 o'clock now, shit, fuck it. I had jacked off before they got there, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that was happening, bro. I'm 32 now. I done that shit too early, bro, and they just popped up with the pussy. I didn't know I wasn't ready, and I'm giving them squiggly D. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this is not me. I'm sure they had me in the group chats like, Josh Black, he's supposed to be this influencer. That's all he got. I didn't know you was coming, fam. If I would have known, I would have, you know what I mean? Normally, I'm like rock solid. Trust me, but I guess plenty of group chats that'll vouch for, I can do my thing, but I didn't know that was coming. It just happened. You know, it was my girl, and then we just going, I was like, why does she look like she wants to fuck us? And then my girl was like, no. 2 hours later, there it is. And, you know, I'm trying to act like I'm hard. I'm just like hula hooping in it, trying to get him. Okay, I know hope my grandma's not watching this. She's like, where are you performing at, baby? I'll watch. I'm like, please, grandma, please. I'm doing the threesome bit tonight. It's just too personal. But yeah, I ended up getting erect, man, but you know, it's just too much pressure. I didn't finish, but they did, so it's not about me, you know. Sharing is caring. It's about socialism. All right. I don't fuck like a capitalist. What do you think I am? All right. Wow, this has been inappropriate, but all right. This feels like family, though. You know what I mean? So this stays here, and whoever the fuck y'all are, just keep it down. I'm supposed to be at Kroger. My girl don't even know I'm here. So I'm about to get up out of here, and y'all be safe. Peace, peace, peace.
Great, great, great. Okay. Hi, everybody. It's great to be back, and thank you so much to Josh Black. That was really very funny, and enjoyed having you. And I'm really excited to have Odessa Kelly join us today. I mean, tonight is all about helping raise funds for Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood so we can fight the good fight. And it makes absolute sense to have Odessa Kelly, who's been on the ground here fighting here in Nashville and for us all at the state level to make our communities better for all of us. And so Odessa Kelly's a renowned community activist, and would love to have her share. Odessa, tell us about yourself and kind of why you're here supporting the work that we do.
Sure. Thank you for having me, Francie. Odessa Kelly, Executive Director of Stand Up Nashville. I'm a Nashville native, born and raised, just like Josh. Came on before us. He did a great job, by the way, and all the artists who came before us. Let's make sure that we hit the 20K. Yep. I know we're checking to make sure we get there. This is such an important thing. We, on a daily basis, we do social and racial justice work through an economic lens, and that includes what's going on here today. I became an activist because of my job. I worked for Metro Parks and Recreation. I was a city employee for almost 14 years, and I worked at Napier Community Center, which is literally right around the corner. And every day, I was on the front lines of poverty. And Planned Parenthood is such an important advocate and tool for people who are often put in hard and desperate situations because of their economic social status. I was telling Francie and several other people, and I have a million stories about, I remember one young lady that we had at the community center, she used to allow her mother's boyfriends to rape her late at night because that was the only way that she could keep her mom at home. And that's the only way that she could keep her family unit together because she had 3 younger brothers and 2 younger sisters. you know? And one time she ended up getting pregnant, and thank God that Planned Parenthood was there, you know, because that individual ended up going to North Carolina State University and is doing well. Now, can you imagine the trap that puts on that individual's life if she didn't have the resources that Planned Parenthood causes, you know, or brings to the table? So,
yeah, thank you so much. And I know we have a lot going on at the state level as well. I mean, it's great for you to, I appreciate you sharing that story of like how everyday people have their lives impacted by issues that could be remedied through good sexual and reproductive health care and caring families and wraparound services to make sure that our families have everything that they need. But there's also a huge political play happening right now regarding redistricting, and I know you've been at the forefront of helping voice that. Would you? We don't have a lot of time, but would you share with our audience kind of what's going on with redistricting right now and what I mean when I say redistricting? What is that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, all these things. I mean, reproductive rights are liberation and freedom. And the Republican Party, especially here in the state of Tennessee, we have the Ku Klux Klan, which is dressed up as state legislatures. And they have tried to move Tennessee, especially the city of Nashville, back into the era of Jim Crow. Traditionally, we have been represented by one congressperson as a progressive Democratic stronghold. And what has happened is come Monday, they're going to crack Nashville into 3 different districts to make it very hard to have Democrats represent our morals and our values and our continuous fight to push forward, and for it to be represented by 3 extremely racist, Trump-loving individuals. And that is the simplest way and most honest and authentic way I can put it. But we're going to fight on because we're in Nashville. Y'all are Planned Parenthood. And together, we're going to make sure that our voices are heard. So make sure that you donate, because we need every penny. It's going to a good cause.
Thank you so much, Odessa. Odessa Kelly, community activist. Remember that name, Odessa Kelly. She is a mover and shaker in our community and brings so much to our state and our community. I want to bring BB back up, and she's going to tell you who's coming next.
Oh, my goodness. Odessa, you're amazing. We will not let them take our beautiful blue dot in the middle of Tennessee. We will not let them take our little blue dot. We are so proud of our little blue dot, and we will not let them redistrict that shit, because that is important. It is important. It is almost as important as the fact that we are now at $19,000. And if we get to 20 by 9:25, I will put on something slutty. Take it off. Folks, I've got a little bell for later that I get to ring when things get amazing. Remember, it is ROCKTN to 41444. I know it's on your screen, so I'm going to throw that card away. Folks, I'm so excited to introduce our next performer. She's an icon in her own right who has toured with the Who's Who Rolodex of Americana and Southern rock acts and has managed to hit the Billboard charts in the midst of a global pandemic, and that is no small feat. It is something that only someone like that could achieve. We're so grateful to have her here shining her iconic light on us. Please welcome to the stage, Lilly Hiatt.
Hello! I'm so honored to be here. This is a really cool night, and I'm ready to rock for Roe. So I'll play you this song. It's called Brightest Star. This whole winter long, I've been lost in a song, drinking coffee, not eating much food. I put down my pen and I think of my friend. I know that he's starving too. You give him your best, you never get rest, but still they don't know who
Thanks, guys. Thanks, people. Again, I'm really happy to be here. Big fan of Planned Parenthood. Definitely been there plenty of times. I laughed when Josh talked about the pamphlets and the people outside that are, protesting. It's just ridiculous to me. As I walk into a place and see a young man getting STD testing, being very responsible, and my sister worked there for a while, and I'm grateful they exist. So they're available to all, and I dig that. Spent all morning out in Franklin, they're fixing my car. I was thinking of you. You weren't ready yet, bent over backwards, busting my knees. What else could I do? Spent a lot of time loving all kinds of people, but all kinds of people won't care for your heart. And they'll love you like you love the ocean. That's where you're going, and it's ripped me apart. This house has spirits, I always knew it. That sales sign doesn't fool me at all. Remember listening to Lonnie Johnson, I told you you'd love it. Our names on the wall. Spent a lot of time loving all kinds of people, but all kinds of people won't care for your heart. And they'll love you like you love the ocean. That's where you're going, and this ripped me apart. The corner house, don't drive by it when I go to the grocery. I take the back way, and I miss you, fresh off the boat. Eyes big as whole notes with so much to say. Spent a lot of time loving all kinds of people, but all kinds of people won't care for your heart. And I love you like you love the ocean. That's where you're going, and it's ripped me apart. Thanks, y'all. I'm loving all the outfit changes, by the way. Just spectacular. I'm ready for that slutty one you keep promising. So we got to... All right, well, I'll play a song that I didn't write. It's by a writer I love. Her name's Lucinda Williams. It's one of my favorite songs. It's too much to ask. I want a comfortable bed that won't hurt my back. Food to fill me up, and warm clothes, and all that stuff. Shouldn't have this, shouldn't have this, shouldn't have all this, and passionate kisses, oh, oh, oh. Passionate kisses from you. It's too much to demand. I want a full house and a rock and roll band. Pens that won't run out of ink, and cool, quiet, and time to think. Shouldn't have this, shouldn't have this, shouldn't have all this, saying passionate kisses, oh, oh, oh. Passionate kisses from you.
Thanks again, everyone that's watching. Please donate to this amazing cause. It's incredible and it's needed. It's time. It's time to step up and put our money where our mouth is. I'm saying that to myself as well, you know? So thanks again. And this has been a treat. Let's rock on. Rock for Roe. Me and my baby looking at Christmas lights. I was angry and he drove till my head was right. Running from home, I want someplace that's just my own to scream. And I ain't slowing down for nobody. Thank y'all. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Donate that cash, man.
Hello, my name is Sharice Scott, CEO and founder of Sister Reach, a reproductive justice organization here in Tennessee. I stand with Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood because of their tireless commitment to forwarding the reproductive health and freedom of all Tennesseans, whatever their needs may be, whomever they are, from whatever walk of life. With the current and pending legislative violence of conservative legislators, not only in Tennessee, but across the Southeast, it is imperative that we continue to stand with organizations like Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood, as their fierce leadership and tireless commitment is unfailing, is unwavering, and we absolutely need folks consistently on the Hill fighting for each of us. Consider supporting Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood today and continue to lift your voices around the needs you have around your reproductive and sexual health. Thank you so much. and please continue to support Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood.
I'm Steve Cohen, and it's important that you help Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood. Women's rights, Roe v. Wade, are in jeopardy. Tennessee may not have an opportunity to have direct help for women who are in need of abortion services. I've always been there for Planned Parenthood. I hope you will too. Do what you can, advocate, talk to legislators, let them know how important it is. This is your opportunity to make America a better place. Be one of those Tennessee advocates.
Thank you so much, Lilly Hiatt. That is absolutely some of the most life-affirming and authentic shit I have ever seen in my entire life. I love Lilly Hiatt. And thank you, Congressman Steve Cohen and Cherise Scott from Sister Reach. Francie, Cherise Scott is clearly a badass. Can you tell me more about Sister Reach?
Oh, she's my shero.
I love a shero. You got a microphone? You got a microphone?
Oh.
Hey, find that microphone. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, Cherise is my shero.
Shero.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, she's somebody who is bold and is badass and will speak the truth. She is the CEO of Sister Reach, which is the state's only reproductive justice organization that
the only
have.
one.
Yeah. So what reproductive justice means is that not only our right to have an abortion, but our right to actually reproduce, like making sure that we have the supports and resources we need to have a child.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you know, freedom isn't just being able to have an abortion. Freedom's really being able to have all of the reproductive choices before you and be able to make it fully without any kind of coercion at all. So love Cherise and all the work that Sister Reach is doing.
Tell me more about the legislators like Gloria Stephen London that sent messages of support tonight. Why does TAPP support them?
You know, we really have to just kind of deep bows to our champions, you know, Representative Lamar, Representative Johnson, who have... It's not hard. It's not easy being at the legislature and being in the minority party and being.
They're bullies.
They are. It's really unpleasant.
It's real.
You know, I actually thought of the most perfect analogy. You know, I don't know if you've been around small children, but like if you come in after recess and the kids come in, like that smell, like kid sweat smell. It's
the dirty head
It's like
smell.
you don't expect it because they're so innocent and it smells. That's kind of what it feels like to be in the legislature sometimes. It's like. They look so upstanding, and they come off like, you know, they're supposed to be these upstanding, caring Christians, but like they're so mean.
They're mean.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, but you know, Representative Johnson, Representative Lamar, like they're there. They're fighting the good fight. They're telling the truth. They're giving their own perspective on you know, all of our issues.
And that's the kind of leaders that Tennessee we're trying to support, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. You know what else is fantastic?
What?
Our next performer. Oh, how much does a segue? Folks, I want to welcome to our stage someone whose name Jimmy Kimmel biffed this week, but I will not biff it because I am tuned in. Our next performer is a Delaware-born and Arizona-raised and Nashville-based Nigerian-American singer, songwriter, and producer. Literally, it does not get more intersectional than that. I just want you to keep tabs on all of that. She was on every Tastemakers list in 2021, including being crowned Vogue magazine's rest in peace, Andre Leon Talley, Vogue magazine's #1 LGBTQIA plus musician to listen to for the year. And she is certainly the queen of Third Man Records tonight. Please welcome to the stage, Joy Oladokun.
What's up, Internet? How you doing? I'm gonna play some songs. Mama says I'm up to no good again. Couldn't make her proud, though I did my best. No, I feel like a mess. I feel like I'm stuck in the wrong skin. I feel like I'm sick, but I'm having trouble swallowing my medicine. Sunday, carry me down to the water, wash me clean. I'm still struggling. Sunday, bury me under the weight of who you need me to be. Can't you see I'm struggling? I keep God locked in a picture frame, so I feel a little better about my numbered days. Yeah, I confess, the questions and the answers seem to sound the same. I'm just like the rest, standing tall, pretending not to be afraid. Sunday, carry me down to the water, wash me clean. I'm still struggling. Sunday, bury me under the weight of who you need me to be. Can't you see I'm struggling? Sunday come around, lift me up again. I'm never too proud for a helping hand. I've been feeling down, can you hear me now? Sunday come around, lift me up again. I'm never too proud for a helping hand. I've been feeling down, can you hear me now? Sunday, carry me down to the water, wash me clean. I'm still struggling. Sunday, bury me under the weight of who you need me to be. Can't you see I'm struggling? Can't you see I'm struggling?
Thanks. So that was a song about my religious trauma. Cheers. I grew up in church and in the desert. I had a lot of baggage about being queer, about, being black, about being a lot of things that came from religion. And that song was sort of about leaving all of that behind and saying, I'm just going to be the best version of a human that I can be. This next song is sort of more about that, but political, fun. I during the George Floyd protests last year, or 2 years ago now, I was sitting on my porch sort of watching things unfold, and I wrote this song sort of about the tension between America the ideal and America the reality sometimes. I have parents who are immigrants, and so I sort of understand what America is and what it represents and how it's different from other places in the world. But I also know that she can be so rude and so messy sometimes, and that it's our job as people who live here and who love here to speak up. But sometimes that tension is hard and draining, and it's a heavy world. But this is a song called I See America, in hopes that someday we'll all realize we just want to be healthy and whole and stop fighting about it.
I saw God out on the block today. He was darker than the preachers say, with a teardrop tattooed on his face, and dirt in his fingers. I heard angels when he laughed away, the people do when they have known true pain. For his sins I don't know who's to blame. What choice was he given in this world that we're living? When I see you, I see love, I see America. I feel your pain, I share your blood, I see America. Said your mother knows a different time. She lets her tongue slip with a glass of wine. She says some things out loud that don't feel right, but you always forgive her. Don't you see the world is changing now? The blood of the fallen cries out from the ground. Violence and rumors in a southern town both start with a whisper, but so does the difference when I see you. I see love, I see America. I feel your pain, I share your blood. I see America. When I see you, I see love, I see America. I feel your pain, I share your blood. I see America. Thanks. So yeah, cheers, America. Good luck. Yeah, so this last song is a song I wrote the day after I decided to come out. And I have been reading and having a lot of conversations about how I'm a super intersectional human. I'm a black queer woman, you know, so that's why I'm here, because as a woman, I want my rights to be protected, you know. And as a black person and a queer person, I also think it's part of my work to help uplift other marginalized humans, you know, and I think the gift of me being the center of that weird-ass Venn diagram is that I get to be in a bunch of different rooms and I get to say, let's all help each other. And so I wrote this song the day after I came out. And one thing that, the reason I'm here tonight is my mom worked at Planned Parenthood when I was a kid. And she was a woman of faith, and she had people tell her that she was wrong and horrible for doing what she was doing, and she did it anyway. Because she believed in people's choice to choose and to to protect their bodies and to decide for their life. And I saw my mom, who had a hard time with queer people, you know, come to accept and love me by realizing those same things, you know, for the same reason that she worked at Planned Parenthood was, you know, sort of the reason that I was coming out, and the reason that she could accept me is because she wanted to make a more hospitable, healthy world for all of us. And so I wrote this song called Jordan, and it is sort of a gay love anthem, but for tonight, it is a pro-choice anthem. Yeah, I hope we can build a beautiful, kinder, more compassionate world, one where women can get to decide what they want to do with their bodies when, because I feel like we've earned that right. But yeah, this is Jordan, and thank you all for giving your money and attention and time so that we can accomplish that world. They drowned me in the Jordan when they tried to wash me clean. They got the stains out, but now it's too damn hard to breathe. They told me he's a good Lord as they tied the shackles to my feet. They drowned me in the Jordan, and then they walked away from me. I washed up on the shores alone in a tattered wedding gown. Disillusioned and hard-hardened, everything I'd known had let me down. is where you found me, grace and whiskey on your breath. You put me back on my feet and taught me how to dance again. And now we're building our own promised land. On this new ground we stand. God bless the work of our hands and make good on our plans. 'Cause now I found love, there's no turning back. Tried to build an institution instead of trying to keep the faith. But here in the wild, you love me though I was not lovely or deserving. You kissed the curse from my lips and taught them to rejoice again. And now we're building our own promised land. On this new ground we stand. God bless the work of our hands and make good on our plans. 'Cause now I found love, there's no turning back. Found love, there's no turning back. Thanks so much.
My name is Megan Berry, and I stand with Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood. I hope you will join us for Rock for Roe, where we will make our voices heard in this critical time. Right now, our rights are under fire, and we need to make sure our voices are heard. It is the least we can do for the least of us to make sure that healthcare access is available to everyone, whether you are rich or poor. No matter what state you live in, you should have the ability to make your own choices about your own body. It is really important now for us to make sure that we are reaching out, standing up, and being strong. Thank you to Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood for all they do and for their continued fight. Please fight with us. We need you.
Hey, I'm Crystal Knight, and I'm rocking with Roe because I believe in a woman's right to choose. Everything that's been happening here in my home state of Tennessee has been devastating as it relates to Planned Parenthood. We need to ensure that more people are speaking up and speaking out about a woman's body and about a woman's right to choose. Abortion rights in this country are under attack. Abortion rights in our state are under attack, and we cannot remain silent.
Hi, good evening. I'm Patrick Rosenka, board chair of Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood and a supporter of our local Planned Parenthood affiliate since I moved to Tennessee full-time in 2014. I support Rock and Roe and all that TAPP does because standing up for abortion access in Tennessee is as important as it has ever been. Our state legislators have proven time and again that they're anti-woman and they're pro-reproductive oppression. Now that the Supreme Court has been hijacked by ideologues, we know that abortion rights countrywide are more precarious than they have been in decades. But the staff and volunteers of TAPP give me hope. They will never stop fighting to protect the rights of and healthcare access for all people who can become pregnant, and they embody the true meaning of Planned Parenthood: care, no matter what. Thank you for joining me in supporting all that TAPP does to promote reproductive health, freedom, and justice in Tennessee and North Mississippi.
Welcome back to my fantasy, everyone. We're here at Third Man Records in the Blue Room, and we just want to say thank you so much to Joy Oladokun for that, like, literally beautiful performance. Those notes, like the voice. You weren't in this room, so you like couldn't hear it reverberate all throughout the space, but it echoed and was quite agreeable. And I also want to say thank you to Megan Barry, Crystal Knight, and Patrick Grzanka for those videos of support. So lovely. We love those videos of support, folks. Please text ROCKTN 24144 to donate. $100 gets you a shirt and a poster, or $10 per month gets you a shirt and a poster. Folks, we have reached a part of the night that is, it's both a celebration and a sadness. We're coming to the close of our show tonight. But before that, I want to talk about our total. Where are we on our total? Do we know where we are on our total? Any chance? No, we don't know. We don't know. That's just what's in my notes. We'll just ignore that for now. Folks, our next performer. Here they come. I'm so excited. I actually am not biblically at least, well acquainted with our next performer. They're a deck skunk with me. We have been known to sit on a back porch in East Nashville and yell at the moon together. And he is, they is, they are, him are, is, am. A genre and gender-bending rising star of this genre. Really fantastic individual. And I'm being told I should stretch, which is...
Maybe I could tell you while we have a little bit of time, a little bit about some of the folks that gave video.
Yeah, tell me more.
They give good video, don't they?
Tell me more.
So Patrick Grzanka is a professor at the University of Tennessee. He's also the chair of Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood Board.
Fantastic. I love a chair.
Yeah.
I love a good, solid chair.
Yeah. So he's wonderful, and I think that was apparent by the video that you just saw. We also saw former Mayor Megan Barry.
A personal hero of mine.
Yeah, and did you know she was actually performed Nashville's first same-sex marriage?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
In very strong jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah.
She tells a good jewelry story. I just love Megan. Megan, if you're watching, I love you.
Yeah, yeah. And who else was another video that was...
I don't know, but on a personal level, I would like to share something.
Yeah.
So I am a lifelong Nashvilleian. I went to high school on Broadway at Hume Fogg High School. And I have been an advocate for Planned Parenthood of Middle Tennessee since 1996, which is actually before I could fucking vote. Please excuse my F word. I was a PG-13 player, and we did teen outreach education in the high schools in Davidson County. And I taught people my own age how to put condoms on bananas. And it was also probably super responsible for me being a virgin way longer than I would have been had I not received the excellent sexual education that I received through Planned Parenthood. You just aren't mature until you know what they can teach you. And the peer education and youth education arm of Planned Parenthood is something that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. It was very important in my young life. And we all know that Planned Parenthood provides well women's visits and all kinds of beautiful preventative health care. But I feel like our want to talk about that really takes away from the fact that they provide safe and legal abortions in America, which is something that is not easy to come by. We have learned this tonight throughout our program. Texas is trying to take it away. Tennessee will be very close behind, almost as close as that reverb pedal that we just heard. I had a safe and legal abortion at Planned Parenthood of Middle Tennessee in 2006, and I would not be standing here today had I not received that legal and safe health care that I received at Planned Parenthood. I was in a bad relationship. And, you know, honestly, we don't even have to qualify it. You can have an abortion for any reason that you choose. Full stop. And that's all I have to say about that. Folks, our next performer tonight, I'm going to bring it back to this. Just take it back to a soft space, okay? Our next performer is a genre and gender-bending rising star whose bold reimagination of classic sounds and solid songwriting has established him as one of the most idiosyncratic artists of his generation. I like all of those adjectives to you. I sure do. He's also, as I said, a deck skunk at Stacey Huckabee's house, which is very important. Please welcome to the stage the sexiest man I have ever seen in crocheted pants, Lee Tasjan.
From my eyes, I catch myself and turn to toughen up, but it hurts too much to try. Watching my reflection in the window in the afternoon gold gleaming sun. One more scene fades out in black and white. Still another has begun. But you don't know, I have seen the ending, but still I cannot look away. But don't you know, all of this pretending is just a little movie that we play. You could play your tune for all your troubles, and I would help remind you of the words. Angels born in hell will sing our praises like this broken song deserves. But you don't know, I have seen the ending, but still I cannot look away. But don't you know, all of this pretending is just a little movie that we play. Sunday sun, please take me down. I wanna hear that lonesome sound. Hey! Oh, yeah. But you don't know, I have seen the ending, but still I cannot look away. But don't you know, all of this pretending is just a little movie that we play. It's just a little movie that we play. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Why, thank you so much, friends. It's so wonderful to be here this evening for a cause that is near and dear to all of our hearts and an important one. We're honored to share this time with you. I'd like to introduce the band, if I could, real quick. On the bass guitar tonight, we have the wonderful Todd Bolden with us. A very fine artist in his own right, an extraordinary musician, Mr. Eric Slick on the drums. And another incredible artist in her own right, lucky to have her here on the stage with us tonight, Miss Erica Blinn on the acoustic guitar. All right. Oh, yeah. Are we getting anything on this? Hold on. I think I might know the problem. Mute it for just 1 second. This is all part of this is a stage move right here. It's a common mistake that I make all the time. So often that I made it tonight, in fact. We'll do this one for you now called Dada Boys. It goes like this. I tend to think I'm dying, something I get from my mama. I'm only happy crying and smoking too much marijuana. I'm just a man with nothing left to disguise. My love's a lonely laser beam. Sorry if I shoot out your eye. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dada boys, I bleed to love. Gaga girls, you're my drug. My heart is wild, but it's true. Beating like a speeding train for you. I love anyone who tells me to. If there's a space in this city, someone's trying to fill it. All the impossibly pretty, they keep trying to kill it. But they don't see me. But would it kill them to try? Oh, I know I make them uncomfortable, but I'm just living my life. With Dada boys, I bleed to love. Gaga girls, you're my drug. My heart is wild, but it's true. Beating like a speeding train for you. I love anyone who tells me to. I love anyone who tells me to. From the mouth of the beautiful world, though we ain't nothing but crooked teeth. Some are gold, some have holes. Yeah, we all shine somewhere underneath. Dada boys, I bleed to love. Gaga girl, you're my drug. My heart is wild, but it's true. Beating like a speeding train for you. I love anyone who tells me to. Yeah, I love anyone who tells me to. Oh, 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 oh. We're Dada boys, Gaga girls, oh, Dada boys, Gaga girls. Hey, thank you so much. My goodness. All right. Well, I have to say, you know, I am not I'm not what you would call you know, a local. I'm not a Nashville OG. I moved here from New York City, where I lived in 10 years, and for 10 years, I should say. And before that, I was living in the great state of Ohio. And of all the places I've lived in Southern California for a little bit, man. But this really is my favorite place that I've ever been, and it's because of the people, and it's because of the community, and it's because of nights like the night that we're having right now. And I'm just very honored to be a part of this community and to share this time with y'all and to support something that's, very important, man. Women should have access to health care, period. And I couldn't be more honored to be here with y'all tonight. So thank you very much again for having us. And we're going to close it out with this one. And if y'all know it at home, feel free to sing along or clap along. It's in the key of A major if you're clapping along. Saved up all my money, then blew all of my money, 'cause I really don't care. No, I really don't care. Staying up all night, it could be good or it could be bad for you. It's gonna be alright, or it won't be. Hook up with my boyfriend to go out with my girlfriend, 'cause love is like that, 'cause love is like that. Staying up all night, it could be good or it could be bad for you. It's gonna be alright, or it won't be. Look out! I went to the doctor. She said you might have a problem, but I really can't tell. No, I really can't tell. Staying up all night, it could be good or it could be bad for you. It's gonna be alright, or it won't be. Yeah, staying up all night, it could be good or it could be bad for you. It's gonna be alright, or it won't be. Yeah, or it won't be. Oh, 'cause love is like that. Yeah. Oh, thank y'all. You're so beautiful, man. We love you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight for our amazing night of solidarity, for constitutional rights and uteruses and reproductive freedom and the right for uterus owners to exist in this universe without being forced to have babies just because they needed to get off a little bit. Seriously, I can't break it down any further for that. Further than that for you. As I said before, my life has been about this since before I could vote. And I wish more people were like me, and that's not just a narcissistic statement. We have not yet reached our goal of 20,000 tonight, which is why I am not fully naked. However, if you will give us this last $5,000, you can reach out to me on Instagram. I don't know where it goes anymore. If you will give us $5,000 more, I will send you a really good picture of my butt. So they got a really good picture, really good light. I airbrushed it. It's really good. And I promise that for you. We want your money so that we can do amazing things with it to make sure that women and uterus owners and brown and black and people who are not white and people who are not rich can continue to have autonomy in this world. They want abortion to be illegal so that we can't fight you, so that we don't have the time. And you know what? I'm 41 years old. I've got the time. So I will stay here with you. I would like to one more time thank our donors. Anonymous, feels really good to say, very punk rock. Katrina Green, Julianne and Earl Fitz, Doug and Susan Brown, and Third Man and their crew, Jack White, call me. I may be thick, but I'm voluptuous. Holler at me. We love you so much, everyone. Please, you can continue until January 31st to text ROCKTN to 4144, and we will take your money and we will do the most noble work with it. And we will make sure that everyone in this country has a voice about their freedom. Right? Right? That's all we want? That's all we want? Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you again, Aaron Lee Tasjan. I need to buy a crochet outfit. We love you so much, everyone. Good night, Nashville. Good night, America. 41444 ROCKTN. Give us your money.